Anything to investigate here? Nope, let's leave it here. Let's leave here and go investigate. Let's go check this place out. Also, I wonder if you can go back to... Wait a minute. Huh? That's weird. This is the hallway I walked through to get to the gymnasium, but... it's clearly different. Is this what Monokuma's doing to you? He's trying to confuse us again? I don't know what he's doing, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. But I'm not going to fall for this trap. There's no way this will make me back down. Okay, so... oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I hate when he does the glitches, man. I really like when he does the glitches. That looks gnarly as hell, the way those things just kind of look out of place, and everything just floats around me. Okay, this is scaring me. This is, if I remember... okay, if I remember correctly, this is the fifth... yeah, this is the 5th floor. This is the 5th floor classroom. Let's talk to you here. This hallway, there's a strange feeling of it, no? As if an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movement.
I am concerned.
Is it just me? No, it's not you, girl. It's not you. This is literally they're trying to make sure that we're only able to see specifics of what happened here. Can't check anything there. This is the classroom where everything got murdered. Yeah, everything started. Okay, that looks gnarly. At the end of this is a place that I can't enter, Biolab. I can enter there right now. Raw. Alright, well, I really don't like how it does the glitches. Makes me think this is not real. Right? This might not be real. This actually might not be real. Now that I think about it. This might not be real. This might be like a projection of Hope's Academy. What have we got here? We've got the garden in a dojo. Can't access the garden. We can't go to the dojo. Let's go there right now. Let's see what we can find. Is this a dojo? It's full of strange things that make me think there's no way to be inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense. Oh, I mean... what have we got? The training dummy? There's a straw post. I guess that means it was used for training. Anything in the... lockers? There's a bunch of wooden lockers here. Each of them has a traditional looking woodblock key sticking out of them. Because they just for show. There's nothing in particular that looks like a clue. Well, there was a clue there before. Cherry blossom tree, well, look at there. Cherry tree is proudly displaying full blossom. Its flowing petals add to the elegance of the scene. If Hyoko and Pekka were here, it would have looked truly picturesque. For their sakes as well, I'll definitely go home. If Pekka was here, that I think she'll look really nice on this with the background here. With some armor, some things over there. All right, let's check this out. It's armor and helmet. Did the map developers design this to reflect the Japanese dojo? Maybe? Wait, what do you mean by map developers? Oh, I guess maybe the people that created this place. Targets, anything there? Target seems pretty far away. If the production team had more time, there could have been a minigame in here. Wait, what am I saying? Wow! 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 They're actually just making criticism about the development team and having a minigame here. It's like, wait, what am I saying? Why am I commentary about the development, the design choices of the developers? I see the book. I want to investigate, see if we can find a hidden Monokuma anywhere around here before we do anything. I don't see a hidden Monokuma. They're gonna have to find a bunch of them here, so I'll be on the lookout. Huh? What's this? Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons: A History of Hospital Academy by Monokuma. Why is a manga with such a suspicious-looking title laying out in the open like this? Let's start with history, first class.
Hey,
Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. Then what's the first, you ask? That depends on the person. So just as I thought, Monokuma made this. That totally explains how suspicious it looks. I really want to just ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue of getting us out of here, no matter what it is. History of Hospital Academy Monokuma, Manga for Morons. Okay. Picked up the manga on the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hospital Academy's history, as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to Hospital Academy. Hospital Academy is a government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. But to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hospi Academy's teachers, who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hospi Academy isn't just a school for talent, it's also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Hospi Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes it will not be able to make progress with the research of talent. So they decided to implement a new system. The Reserve Department. Oh, that's how the Reserve Department came around to be. Okay. So kids with rich parents don't want the kids to succeed and have like higher marks and be able to graduate from a prestigious school so they can, move on to do something great with their lives. They can pay extra to get the students in here, and even though they don't have a specific talent, they still get to learn under the same teachers and hopefully develop a talent. And even if they don't, hey, the school gets a lot of money, so it's whatever. Unlike the main department, who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most high schools. Nevertheless, Hospi Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hospi Academy was now available to talentless commenters, people who only cared about the brand. With this, Hospi Academy managed to amass sizable funds, being a further research of talent. To create Hospi Academy, Ernest Wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. But just when they thought everything was doing well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right, it was the tragedy of Hospi Academy. Hospi Academy was crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end. Wow. Or should at least show us the information pictures. Huh? The end was so sudden, like a manga that suddenly cancelled in the middle of its run. Plus, this phrase is mentioned at the end of this manga. The tragedy. Tragedy of Hospi Academy. This name is so melodramatic. There's no way these incidents really happen, right? This manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but no, it'd just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga. The Reserve Department. The department was only built to collect money. I was one of these reserve corps students, right?
But hold on.
That's weird. Oh, you here again. Ah, that thing that's weird is you, of course. Uh-huh.
Hey!
Well, why'd you forget that you were part of the Reserve Department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known before you entered the school you had no talent, right? So, I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that, too. What do you want me to say?
By the way...
Based on my assumptions, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those Reserve Corps students.
I got it!
Or you will have sealed up memories yourself. Huh? Oh yeah, that would have been, that's actually a really solid reason. If you remember correctly, in the first game, everybody remembered their talent at the time being, except Kyoko. Oh, except Kyoko. Her talent was erased as well, especially because otherwise she would start using her talent to figure out what's going on here. So because she was directly connected to the school, because her father was a headmaster. Oh shit. So that means, wait. What if Hajime's talent is... What if Hajime actually has a talent, and they just steal away from his memories? He was part of the Reserve Department, but he wasn't able to enter it as an ultimate talent or something. Something definitely happened. Something definitely happened for sure. But what if he actually has a talent? The good possibility, if it happened with Kyoko, could be with him as well. Because his memories were erased while he arrived there originally. And Kyoko's memories of her past were erased, actually replaced with something else, I think, entirely. You want to be confident in yourself, so you want to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, something that erased the memory of what happened. Happens pretty often. Not that I know anything about that, though. I think it's my fault I forgot? It's not it.
Come on!
One thing is getting convenient. You always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, it's expected of a Reserve Corps student. Damn it, what the heck? Okay, well we got the Reserve Department has been added to a true build section of the handbook. We learned about that. Alright, let's go ahead and leave out of here. Let's see what we get. Oh, it's still the dojo. Alright, gotcha. We should probably go down to the 4th floor, or we cannot go to the 4th floor. We'll go to this classroom though. Let's go to 5A here. Let's go to 5A, see what we can find. Oh. Oh, there's another book there. Another manga, I think? I think there's another manga over there. Alright, I really need some water here real quick. This is actually kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually really excited to learn about this whole thing and relearn about this and get a solid refresher. But it does also kind of back up a little bit onto it does also kind of back up a little bit more on my theory about Hajime, about that he could actually have a talent, right? I mean, there could be a possibility. It still could be a possibility. If that happened with Kyoko, it could have happened with anybody else as well, I would think. Let's go check out this book here. This is another manga. It's laying on top of the desk. This one is Manga for Morons, The Tragedy of Hospic Academy. That's please, I want to learn about what the tragedy exactly was. What exactly happened on the tragedy? Wasn't the Tragedy of Hospic Academy mentioned in that other manga too? That's why Hospic Academy went bankrupt, and it was a trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more about the incident? I hope we do, I really hope we do. Took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages to see what I could learn about the event known as the Tragedy of Hospic Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated, stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the Tragedy of Hospic Academy occurred at Hospic Academy. The key players that event was student named Izuru Kamakura. Player in the event was a student. A key player in that event was key student named Izuru Kamakura. Izuru Kamakura. Who is Izuru Kamakura? Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hospic Academy used all the resources to develop him. Oh, whoa. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses, possessed of various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who was known as a symbol of hope, was responsible for the horrible incident. 13 students of Hospic Academy's student council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. Oh, that's what happened! Oh, in that classroom! In the classroom on the 5th floor! The bloody classroom from the first game, right? The one near the biolab? They were covered in blood, because Izuru would have murdered student council members. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent, conceal the incident as though it never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did, by making that knowledge public. It stoked the fires of reserve corps students who had been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated, and the uprising began. And that heralded Hospic Academy's destruction. That's what happened. The reserve students started rioting, and that inspired other people to go and create. And oh my god. The student that found out about Izuru's murder and his crime spread it to everybody else. The reserve department learned about it. They got pissed. Somebody started using the reserve department's anger and manipulation and created the Despair Society, or Despair Organization, or whatever the Ultimate Despair group is. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hospic Academy. Eventually, that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. We're excited. DanganRonpa 0. DanganRonpa 0? The heavy sigh, I closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hospic Academy. What irony! For a genius known as the Ultimate Hope to cause such a gruesome incident, a talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. You should be lucky that you're incompetent. Damn it, he always has to lead up with something offensive. He seriously pisses me off. But Ultimate Hope? Nagato mentioned that before too. It looks like it means that something was completely different here. What Nagato said was the true meaning of hope. But for Izuru, hope simply meant talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish to give me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, reserve department. Here, it said the reserve corps students in the reserve department began uprising. Then what about me? Was I a participant too? No, that's not possible. There's no way I'd have no reason to do something like that. Tragedy of Host Peak has been added to the Truth Blue section of my handbook. Anyway, I learned about the tragedy of Host Peak Academy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is far worse incident, right? What kind of incident was it? What's on the other student? Who is this other student that isn't Izuru? Certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage. Who is that? This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. The mysteries just keep piling up. Alright, well, we gotta learn about it. Let's go and get out of here. I wonder if Monokuma will be somewhere on top over here. Think about it. Could be a chance that he could be like hiding in bamboo in a bamboo shoot or something, you know? Could be a possibility. This garden's not open. So you can find Monokuma anywhere. Can't find him anywhere else. Can we go down? We cannot. Okay. Lab maybe? Oh, lab's open now. We got the bio lab. Let's go inside here. Yep, I remember this place. What the hell is this room? It's freaking cold in here. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand here, I might end up freezing to death. Should hurry up and investigate so I can get out of here already. Okay, what do we got here? Refrigerator and hidden Monokuma.
I've been found.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. I know there's a manga right there, right? There's a book there. I'm gonna check that out later. I want to see everything else we got here. Tarp. So it's like a plastic tarp. Why is this left out like this? Clean up after yourself, will you? Wow. Okay, we got the refrigerator. Let's check on that. I've seen this in movies before. It's a refrigerator for preserving dead bodies. At least that's what it looks like. But it's not possible, right? Keeping dead bodies in a high school biolab isn't something you should joke about. It just feels so forced. The city should have been cancelled during development or something. What am I thinking? Wow! The developers are literally ragging on themselves right now. Wow! The refrigerator is well used in something similar like that. But I will say, that's all I will say. The hell? There's another manga just lying around here. This time the title is Manga for Morons, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. I knew it. The next one would obviously be about this incident. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, huh? And just what was that incident really all about? It might turn out to be something lame. Flip through the pages of the manga and hope that I was right. The cover is really disturbing. A story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such a horrifying incident. An incident known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Is this drawing so grotesque because the incident itself is that grotesque? Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with a sentence. The tragedy of Host Peak Academy was simply the trigger. First, the uprising by the reserved course student that triggered the tragedy of Host Peak Academy. It was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students. People of various races and nations began joining in. But the movement was not confined to the internet, it began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. By then it was too late. The ends and means have vanished and wanton destruction became the only goal. The strong butchering the weak. The weak killed the weakest among them. And soon, the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear. And as if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times when senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coup d'etats began occurring around the world, a war waged in the name of despair. A war fought not for principle, religion, or personal gain. Just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy. Group called Ultimate Despair. Instead of Ultimate Hope using Hope's Peak Academy's talent for the sake of mankind's hope, they used them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society used their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. The powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. And with this, they created the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. Try to read it a little bit fast so that it felt very tense, so I hope that actually worked out well. My head was racing in my chest. My heart was racing, my head was racing in my chest, yeah. Head in the chest. My heart was racing in my chest. My body felt ice cold. It wasn't because I was freezing in this room. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. This is definitely all made up. I mean, this is really true. Then, what's happening to the outside world? My family, my friends, a convenience store I frequent, nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant. What's happened to them?
No way!
Hey, are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you? Who would enjoy reading something like this?
What?
Oh my, you don't like manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy. Enough! What is this messed up manga? I thought you'd obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you not to remember that, such despair. As the future foundations followed though, thanks to them stealing your school memories, the incident that happened during the period had become completely removed from your brain. This incident really happened, and I actually forgot about it. There's no way that's possible.
What are you saying?
How many times do I have to tell you all the clues here are real?
Hello.
Please understand. Oh, I think it's so silly when nobody goes like, hello. Please understand I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys so I can live well-adjusted lives, so you can live well-adjusted lives in the world. I see. So that's how it is. I also remember what he said at the beginning. Well, as a headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know? On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate. But on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here. He's trying to make us feel despair towards the outside world so we want to stay on this island. But there's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that can't simply exist. That's our world should be filled with hope. Just like now. Perhaps... no, that's definitely it. The tragedy has been added to the rulebook section of the handbook. Whether or not this incident really happened. What in the world is this ultimate despair group? Are they devoted to a certain student who guided Hope's Peak Academy to its destruction? Are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Plus, that organization isn't just one person, but a group of people. But they're known as the ultimate despair, the high school students, right? Well, if they were actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they're called ultimates. Then, are the killings were involved and connected to them as well? It's no use. I'm going to freeze to death. I'm at my limit. I need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the freezing room. I watched the floor change. Watch the floor change. No? Phew, that was close. I nearly froze to death. So where should I go next? I don't know actually. Where is it to go next section from now on? We're just gonna explore this upper area? That's it? Oh, I also should check on a little Monabi pet. I know it's a little unnecessary to check on her right now, since it's, seems very unnecessary at this point. It just feels like, since we are still playing the game, we should check on her just in case every now and then. Okay, nowhere here. What about the exit? Oh, this room was open. 5B. Let's get in here. No, I should ignore it. I'm just going to pretend I didn't see him. Is that a real Monokuma? Okay, that's a real Monokuma, right? We should try to talk to him a little, right?
Hiya!
Why, hello, Hajime. Hope you're doing pleasantly well. Are you pleasantly well? You're pleasingly well, right? What are you doing here?
No.
Well, there was another thing I need to tell you on the floor. Hehe, I got bored of telling manga. Can you forgive me for telling you about word of mouth? You should have done that from the beginning. I don't want to read your manga in the first place. Ask a student who doesn't like manga is a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating hot pots. I'm getting really fed up with your babbling. Hurry up! What do you need to tell me? It's about the key piece of information you've been waiting for so long.
What?
Surprise! It's about ultimate despair. Huh? Ahem. Even though the term ultimate despair refers to a group these days,
Actually,
it was originally the title of a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive. Okay, that has to be Junko. That has to be Junko. High school girl.
yes indeed.
Lady Junko Enoshima. Yes! Oh my god, it is. It is. Oh shit. Okay, so that means in the beginning of chapter 0, when Nagato had a hand, right? The hand with nails. Was that Junko? Was that? I think it was Junko's hand. He actually recovered the. So wait, she's dead? If he recovered the hand, she must be dead, right? Or somebody dismembered her, delimbed her, something happened to her. Junko Enoshima.
Hey,
As a former ultimate despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor, and created the ultimate despair. There was one really horrible person in that group.
don't fuck with me.
Hold on a sec. I don't know what the ultimate despair are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. There's no way people would join some fucked up organization created by a high school girl.
Unbelievable.
Humans are obsessed with their philosophy, have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it.
Hey,
That holds true for Lady Junko. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power.
phew.
Her connections were the main reason that incident became the tragedy in the first place. So she even recruited people who would been in a position to neutralize the threat.
Huh?
No one was a purpose.
Huh?
What?
You.
Like I said, why did they cause that incident? It doesn't even make sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they would do that. They do what they did without a purpose.
Hey,
Sorry. I was Junko Enochima's despair. Huh? For Junko Enoshima, despair isn't about purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Enoshima as Junko Enoshima. What are you saying? I'm a stuffed plushie. Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Enoshima is full of so much despair that she is truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving, for her everything is despair. What the hell? With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, everything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea has been slammed right into their minds. And so, the ultimate despair who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Enoshima. Like believers making offerings to their god. Like a mother providing food for her children. They dedicated their despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko Enoshima's name. For example, they killed their families and friends, and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something that they had to do. There's no way something that crazy is possible.
What?
Do you know about the final days of reserve cohort students during the tragedy of Hospic Academy? Final days?
In other words,
Junko had the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history. Hey, what do you mean final days? What happened to the reserve department?
of course.
They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs that believed in what they need to do. And so, the 2,357 students of the reserve department all committed mass suicide. What the fuck? Mass suicide?
What'd you say?
All 2,357 students? Oops, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded. One person was excluded, huh? Is that me?
Damn it.
Yeah, I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. Ultimate despair, Junko Enoshima. He doesn't scare me at all. I mean,
Bastard!
Junko Enoshima's already dead! Huh? Ultimate despair has been added to the toolbox section of a handbook. She must be. Yes! Okay, that would make sense. She died. Wait, how did she die though? Did she die with him? She must have died with him or something. Holy shit, and there's Junko right there. Oh my god. Whew. Oh, I miss Junko. I actually do miss Junko. She was a nutter. She was a crazy nutter, but she was. It was pretty insane. Oh yeah, she killed herself. I remember that. She killed herself in the first game. She actually ended her own life in the first game. Yeah, she was already dead. Wait, then how did Hajime get her hand then? How did Hajime recover her body, get her hand then? This is weird, man. This turned out really weird and really notice. Resort department has been updated to the handbook section. There's the tools menu to review it. So then why was Hajime excluded from the resort department's mass suicide? Hey, Fujiko, is it true what you said? Junko is really dead?
Huh?
What? You didn't see? There's a book called Manga for Morons, Killing School Life in the Biology Classroom. Biology Classroom? No, wait, what was that you said about killing school life? Like the killings we're involved in, there were killings that happened at Hospic Academy. As I recall, the mastermind took their own life because their main students worked together to defeat her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. The killing school life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy.
Hey.
For manga about the killing school life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind that failed killing school life was Junko Nishima. The mastermind took her own life, which means Junko Nishima's dead.
Like...
It turns out that killing school life was part of that whole big, most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of former students of Hope's Peak Academy and forced them to kill each other. Former students of Hope's Peak Academy? She took away the memories. That's just like us. Apparently, the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. There's a limit to being a cruel asshole. Surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing.
So...
Students of Hope's Peak Academy are widely known as symbols of hope. While forcing people to watch the symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival, they were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up. That messed up plan was stopped. Junko Nishima failed. Junko lost to the students she placed in her traps after being overcome by the despair she created. She took her own life. My voice for him sucks, I'm really sorry, but it's whatever. I think it's a little better than before what I had. Then Junko is no more. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter.
Bastard!
Junko Nishima isn't alive anymore. Then, who's our enemy? If Junko Nishima is already dead, are the rest of the Ultimate Despair behind this? It has to be. It has to be like a group, an idea for Junko at this point. People who follow Junko. And Monokuma's not saying anything, by the way. He's not saying yes or no. Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings were involved and resemble the killing school life. Well, I don't know what the hell's imitating Junko making us go through this, but an imitation is just that, an imitation.
No shit.
The students from Hope's Peak Academy stopped the real deal, so no one will lose to some fake. But this is really an imitation. Are the surveillance cameras the same too? Cameras all over Jabberwock Island. Are they broadcasting to somewhere just like the surveillance cameras during this killing school life? As the main question here, are they broadcasting to the world or somebody just using them to observe us? More info about Ultimate Despair. Man, Hajime, you totally know about the story, huh? What do you have a problem with that? Well, I really want you to read the manga version since I took the time to draw it.
What are you gonna do?
Oh well, I just raised the flag. Flag? What do you mean raise the flag? What's gonna happen if you do that?
Ooh,
One step at a time. Even closer to clear my character route. Oh god, no. You're not making sense again.
Well now.
Now then, I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the outside and the inside.
Yeah!
I raise some flags like crazy. Alright. I guess we gotta talk to him again?
What?
What a surprise! Do you want to hear about the Ultimate Despairs again? No, I don't really need you to.
Hey!
Even though the term Ultimate Despair refers to a group these days, it's actually a term used to describe Junko Nishima, the original Ultimate Despair. She started her own zone. As a former Ultimate Despair, she created Despair brimming with charm and humor, and created the Ultimate Despairs. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influences those in highest echelons of power. Her connection— oh god, he's gonna retell us the entire thing? It's fine already, you don't have to keep explaining.
What?
It's fine already? But I'm just getting to the good part. Good part or not, I already heard this from you before. Okay, good. That means we can exit out of here. Let's get out, let's get out. Oh, what can we do now? Oh, that's the 3rd floor.